Hello and thanks for tuning in. In this video we're gonna try to pick this Ruko oval cylinder. I had a little request that I needed to pick and got a Ruko. So here it is. We have a pretty friendly bitting, but the technique will be the same. The benefit is a flat bitting here, but the challenge will be that most of the pins are deep within the wording here, so we have to really bend around that upper corner to make them all set. Of course, this lock has these ASA pins, and the plug is counter milled, so I'm gonna explain a little technique that I use when we get started. The key works. It's a 6-pin. Where did I put my tension wrench? Here we go. A fat pry bar and a short hook. I'm going to go in from a side in the middle warding here and just try to twist the pick around to get setting the pins. I start out with heavy tension and I lighten up more and more as I go. When I have a little turn on the plug, that means we have pretty much a little full set. That means all the drivers are in the last position and caught up in the counter milling, so then you really have to loosen up, almost feather-like, no tension at all, and just yank those drivers over the counter milling and over to the shell line. So let's see if we can get this baby open. Let's see. Okay, starting with a little heavy tension, just getting all the drivers to find a place to rest. Just shoving, and they have cuts in top and bottom, and they have a smooth surface in the middle, so I'm just gonna set them as regular pins first, making them fall into that cut groove where the sharp lip is, and it will be caught up in the counter milling. So that's the easy part. As you go along with this lock, it's gonna get more and more bound up. You're gonna get more and more pins set, and it will be increasingly difficult to differentiate between pins that are caught up in the counter milling and pins that are actually set, because they will feel pretty much the same. Okay, I'm gonna loosen up the tension very much, almost no tension at all. Feel for some feedback, almost like serrated pins. Gonna get small clicks as we move from the counter milling to the shell line. And of course, when we don't get any more clicks, we have to loosen up the tension even more, using the same amount of lifting force with the pick. We hope that the binding pin will release from the counter milling, and we are not going to overset any pins that are already in the correct position. So I'm going to loosen up the tension even more, and we get a little soft clicks. A couple of pins. almost no tension now. Carefully lifting on the pins to feel for any feedback at all. Now it's getting really hard to differentiate between set pins and binding pins, and then we have to start balancing between the light tension and pins dropping back. So of course if you loosen up too much, there's gonna be pins dropping. If you use too much tension, you're not gonna be able to set the pins that are caught up in the counter milling. So it's a really cool lock. Offers a lot of challenge, a lot of tension control practice. Let's see now. I think we're getting close. And open. Okay, we have to gut it. This uses Torx. As you can see, it's picked. I'm gonna use the key, lock it back up. Just as you will see, this has never been opened before, but you might notice that they're actually using Loctite on the screws here. This one. Yep, blue Loctite. Okay, you need a follower. Let's see, 6 key pins. Here you can see the counter milling. There's two of them, 2 positions on the counter milling. Okay, let's see what we have for drivers. This one. Oops. That's the last one. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Here we go. They are using different heights on the drivers. That offers a lot of different feel when you're picking, and of course it's gonna make the spring pressure even on all the pins, even though there's some dramatic shifting in bidding here. So you're not gonna be able to make much of a difference in the feel. If there's a tall key pin, you have a short driver. just to make the spring pressure even. So there you go. That's a 6-pin Ruko oval cylinder, picked and got it. Thanks for watching. Okay, while we're at it, I thought I could show you what I meant with the little counter rotation you would get when you partially set these pins. The middle part, normally they will stick in like this, feeling like a regular pin, but when they are lifted to this little milling in the bottom, you can see that sharp edge all the way in the bottom. That will be caught pretty good in the counter milling, and you just have to loosen the tension up almost completely and give it a little yank just to make it cross over to the shell line. So there you go. You can see the pin pretty good there, I think. And when it gets caught in a counter milling, you really have to loosen up your tension. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.